What type of juicer is good for you? What should you start juicing in the beginning? How do you start a detoxification program? What's the benefits of juicing? Guys, that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to break it down. I got my hands on I was blessed with a Breville juicer, and that's my old one that I have. That's my fully masticating Omega 8006 model. I love my Omega, guys. Now, there are better juicers than my Omega, but I'm telling you, it will extract. It will rival the Norwalk press with how much it will extract. Guys, a fully masticating juicer like the one that you see back here in the corner, it's going to lightly grind and crush up your fruits and your vegetables. It's going to fully extract. There's no heat involved in this process whatsoever. And when we're talking about enzymes, guys, we need to also discuss the fact that the light and the air destroys the precious enzymes. The light in the air destroys it, okay? So when you're juicing with a centrifugal juicer, which what a centrifugal juicer does is it spins at really high RPMs and it slices and dices the carrot, for example. It will break the cell wall open. Please know this. Any juicer is better than no juicer at all. But guys, if there's a case of extreme sickness or disease, we need to be juicing a lot of greens. And a centrifugal juicer like the Breville will not handle fully extracting your greens. So if you're just starting out and you just want to do a basic detox juice blend, which consists of the apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet, about a fourth of a red beet with no leaves at the beginning, and then a little sliver of turmeric along with either crushed peppercorn for the pepperine, for the curcuminoids and the turmeric to be absorbed, or apply a few drops of black pepper essential oil in the juice glass before you start juicing. And this is the beginner juice blend, guys. It's posted on the Juice Revolution page, but I'm telling you, it tastes blissful. It's wonderful to detoxify your body very, very gently. We're not including a lot of greens in the beginning. We're not adding things to our juices. We need to consume these enzymes right away. Guys, the key to longevity is to detoxify your liver. If you will detoxify your liver, your other organs are going to follow suit. I cannot stress this enough. We have to detoxify the liver. We have to restore the intestinal flora in the body, the good bifidobacteria, and we have to feed the trillion of cells that we have in our electric body with live enzymes. And this is why I like to juice. Guys, when you juice, you break the cell wall open, you extract the phytonutrients. Your body doesn't have to do any work. It doesn't have to do any work. If you're trying to detox and you're making a lot of smoothies, guys, your body has to strip the fiber away from the phytonutrients so your digestive system never gets a break. So if you're trying to detox the body, smoothie's not the way. Now please know, I love my Vitamix, I love my NutriBullet, but I reserve those exclusively for smoothies. If you're trying to detoxify the body, you're trying to repair some damage that's been done to the body, you're trying to get rid of a sickness or a disease or an inflammation. Guys, all forms of sickness are a result of inflammation. So ideally, if we can learn to decrease that inflammation, we're not going to be sick. And things like the ginger and the turmeric, guys, the turmeric is the king of the jungle when it comes to root vegetables, and his cousin ginger is second next to none. The turmeric and ginger, you want to be including these in all of your juices. Even in the beginning, guys, just start with the little small tiny little sliver. You say, well, I can't handle the spice of the ginger. Well, you need to start handling it because of what it's going to do for your body. Ginger is antifungal, antimicrobial, antitumoral. It's an immunostimulant. It's a free radical scavenger, as is the glorious turmeric, guys. He's the king of the jungle, and we need to be including these things in our basic juice blend when we start out. But guys, the turmeric won't be absorbed unless you're consuming some pepperine with it. And we have to get this from grinding up the black pepper. So this is the basic juice blend, about a fourth of one of these bad boys. If you start with more than that, you're going to be in the bathroom all day. And we don't want this. So start with about a fourth of the beet. Then work up, after a few days of this, work up to using half of the beet. And within the first week, if you're hardcore on your detoxing and your healthy lifestyle, and to repair some damage, start including one of these bad boys every single day. And I'm telling you, the beet will rock your world with vibrations. It is blood building, it's blood purifying, and it's detoxifying to the liver. Talk about radiant, glowing skin. You learn to get your beet on. Watch my beet video. Watch all of my individual videos on what these guys do, guys. But I'm telling you, and let me tell you, if you're on a budget, there's power in the carrot. The carrot will do it all. The carrot will gently detoxify. It will flush the toxins out of the cells rapidly. So if you say, well, I can't start with all of that, well, just start with the carrot. Now, please know, it needs to be organic. We need to be juicing organic. Organic is the only way, guys. This conventional is laden with pesticides and chemicals, and this is no good for our body. If we are trying to detoxify our body, we have got to get ourselves grounded. I can't stress enough that when you juice and you consume and you apply essential oils, you need to get yourself grounded. I've got a grounding sheet, a grounding mat right here that I keep underneath my shirt when I juice, because I live in a second-story apartment and I've got to stay grounded all the time. And when you ground yourself in the Earth's healing 7.83 hertz frequency, and then you're consuming these glorious, glorious phytonutrients, and you're blessing this juice before you consume it, guys, it's going to work on a whole nother level to provide your body healing. You think I'm making this up? No. Try taking your shoes off outside and getting yourself grounded and gaze upon the sun for the vitamin D synthesis and the decalcification of the whole body, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But I want to explain the difference between these two juicers, because any juicer is better than no juicer at all. Guys, the Breville's going to be fast. It's going to be fast, and it's a good juicer to start with if you're just wanting to gently detoxify the body. But if there is some sort of sickness or disease or extreme illness, you need a fully masticating juicer. Now, it doesn't have to be the kind that I've got. What I would recommend you do is go to discountjuicers.com. I trust John Kohler. He's got a correlating YouTube channel where he shows juice-offs. This video is not going to be comparing these two juicers, because please know there is no comparison. There is no comparison to a fully masticating juicer and a centrifugal juicer. And I don't want to hear anybody say that their centrifugal will extract more or it will have more enzymes. No. Because this is going to aerate your juice. The centrifugal juicer will aerate your juice. It spins at really high speeds. You're going to find out what I'm talking about here in a minute when I turn it on. And it's so loud, I'll stir the neighbors with this machine, and my fully masticating juicer won't do that. It's quiet. It's a little slower. Please know the juicing process is slower. But I will tell you this. To clean that one, my fully masticating takes about 2 minutes flat. This one takes about 5 to 6 minutes to clean. So the cleanup times on my fully masticating is actually a little bit better than the centrifugal. And guys, the cleanup time needs to play a key part, because you know, if mine took 10 minutes to clean up, I would juice a whole lot less, because I'm always on the go. And take this into consideration when you're looking at purchasing a juicer. But go to discountjuicers.com and compare them. And John Kohler on his site even lists the cleanup times. And and then take your ideas, jot down your ideas for a juicer that might fit your needs, and go to his YouTube channel and watch him do some juice offs and compare them. And this way you can also see what it takes to clean him up. Guys, he has amazing videos, and I trust him. He's not a snake oil salesman out to make money. He knows how to juice, and he knows what the juicers do. And this is the reason why I recommend people to his channel and to his site. But after you take these recommendations and you watch all of this, if you still can't afford that juicer, then get on eBay. Because, guys, a lot of times people decide they don't want to get healthy through natural means, and they will have purchased a $200 or $300 juicer. They've used it once or twice, and then they decide to sell it. Guys, you can snatch some divine juicers up relatively inexpensive on eBay. I have found many, many people juicers this way. So if you're on a budget, take that into consideration. Now let's fire this up, because I want to show you the difference and how violent really this can be on the extraction process, because it's loud and it's going to aerate the juice a little bit. But please know, I'm blessed to have this. It's wonderful if I'm in a hurry and I just want to juice some carrots. This is going to be for the basic juice blend. You cannot do greens in a centrifugal juicer, so just please know that. And we need our greens if we're trying to recover from some illness. So let me fire this up. There's two settings on this. I've got it on the low setting. What I do like about this is look how large that chute is. Guys, you can stick a whole apple in that. But if you see how this is kind of splashing on the side of the glass. Okay, that's enough. It's loud and it's a little violent. That was my point, guys. It's a wonderful juicer. It's a wonderful juicer. I'm not saying anything negative about Breville, because they're helping a lot of people get healthy. This is a relatively inexpensive model. If this is all you can afford or all you can get your hands on, then get you a juicer. Get your grandma's out of her cabinet, and if you can't recommend the use of it, get your hands on a juicer. Go to the thrift store and buy an old Jack LaLanne or an old Juice Man juicer and get your juice on. But save up, guys, to get a fully masticating juicer, especially if you have sickness or you have disease. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Now, I'm not going to show you what mine looks like, because you guys have already seen it. Watch some of my other juicing videos if you want to see how mine extracts. But guys, this is frothy. This is very, very frothy. This is aerated somewhat. Now, please know it's cold, and they say that the specifications on this particular model say that it heats it a lot less than some of the other centrifugal juicers, which I do believe that, because the Breville makes a good machine. But guys, this is frothy, meaning there is air in this, and the air and the light destroys the enzyme. So you want to consume this right away after you juice. Guys, we're not cleaning our juicer after we make this juice. We're grounding ourselves, we're blessing this, and we're consuming this, and we are savoring this in our mouth. The enzyme absorption starts in the jawline. It starts in the jawline. This is the reason why we don't need to use any straws. And we need to swish this around in our mouth for a little bit before we just chug all of this down. Guys, you want to savor your juice, but you need to be consuming this within the 10 or 15 minutes after you make this. And if it does sit there for 15 minutes, you need to cover it with a cloth. Cover the whole glass with the cloth until you can get to it. But we want to be consuming this live, guys. This is how it's healing to our body. And I can't stress enough that if you're trying to rid extreme sickness or disease, go ahead and step it up and get a fully masticating juicer. Start with this juice blend, the apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet, sliver of turmeric with the black pepper, and start that for a couple of weeks. If you're feeling pretty good, start with one a day, and then increase it after a few days to include in the morning and in the afternoon. And do this for a few weeks, guys, to gently detox. And then after a couple of weeks, start experimenting with some greens. Start including greens. I've got a playlist on my channel, and they're pretty much in order with how we need to be including them. Please know you don't always have to follow someone's exact recipe, guys. You need to make this resonate with you. But I'll tell you what we don't want to be doing is we don't want to be combining non-compatible enzymes with one another, guys. Fruits and vegetables have different enzymes. We need to go back old school and listen to Jay Cordish talk about this, because he knew that you did not blend a lot of fruits with a lot of vegetables. Now, the only exception to that is the apple, and we prefer the Granny Smith apple because it's a little more tart. This is a Golden Delicious just because my dog loves Golden Delicious, so I've switched over to the Golden Delicious just for him because he eats most of these. When I sit down here to juice, he'll come right over here and help himself to whatever he wants, and he loves carrots and he loves the Golden Delicious for some reason, not the Granny Smith. But I like the Granny Smith. It's got a little bit more pectin, I feel, and it blends really well with all of the other fruits and the vegetables. But guys, we're not combining blueberries and strawberries and watermelons and all this craziness with our vegetables. It just doesn't work that way. Save your fruits for your smoothies and juice your vegetables. And the only exception to that is the apple and occasionally the pear. And the only other exception to that would be the cantaloupe can be combined with the carrot. But guys, those are about the only exceptions that I know of. And they're the same exceptions that Jay Cordish will tell you. He may tell you a couple of other ones. But guys, I'm telling you, the key to longevity is to detoxify your liver. So start doing that. Start getting your juice on. Start juicing once a day, and then step it up to include twice a day, and then step it up to include 3 or 4 times a day if you've got something you're trying to get over. And your body is going to thank you. These divine harmonious phytonutrients provide us healing. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Health is there. Go and get it. Step into your healing, step into these divine vibrations, and get your juice on. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, and positive vibrations.